46-year-old Abdur Rashid was a Bangladeshi Muslim teacher and father who was well known in the East London area. He had arrived in the UK in 1979 and was a well-respected holy man, previously working in the local mosque, and was a Quran teacher to children. All seemed well for Abdur, who was described as a good man, until April 26, 1988, where he was found brutally murdered. Friends and witnesses helped reconstruct his last day before he went missing and eventually found dead. I will be using footage of the 1988 Crime Watch episode covering Abdur's death in the background. Abdur lived in the East London district of Whitechapel, which had a tightly knit Bangladeshi community. It was currently the holy month of Ramadan, where Muslims would fast from sunrise to sunset every day for a month. At 9 PM, Abdur asked the family he lived with if he could make a phone call. He did not get through the first time, and the family remember him flicking through a small blue book which seemed to contain phone numbers, names and addresses. Abdur rang again and had his phone call for a few minutes. The family overheard Abdur say at the end of the call, "All right brothers, I will come now." He then left his house at 9:30 PM. 10 PM was the time for prayers, and especially during this holy month. Most of the community were gathered in one place, yet no one recalls seeing Abdur attend. There was a gap of time where we do not know where Abdur was or what he was doing, but he reappeared to go to a friend's house in a block of flats at 11 PM. He was described as nervous and not his usual self. He soon left and was strangely seen walking down another staircase in a different block of flats at 11:30 PM. Shortly after, Abdur was seen standing alone at night outside a closed supermarket by a member of the local community. The local asked Abdur what he was doing standing here alone, to which he responded, "I am waiting, I have something to do." The local inquired no further and went along his way, and that was the last time Abdur was seen alive. His body was discovered the next day, roughly 15 miles away in Epping Forest, Essex. Discovered by a group of children who were on a nature trail, his body was found stabbed and then burnt before being wrapped in a bedspread. The big questions are, why was Abdur so brutally killed in such a planned way, and who were his murderers? There is some added information that could give theories to some of these questions. Throughout the years, Abdur was seen arguing with debt collectors as his employment was not very profitable at times. He would send money regularly back to his family in Bangladesh, and would raise this money by going door to door to the Muslim housewives in the area, selling traditional clothes and trinkets. This sort of work would anger certain husbands who were out working at the time, so Abdur had a history of debts and he was not very loved by perhaps certain people. It is extremely likely that the murderer or murderers were also Bangladeshi, given the brutal and planned nature of the murder and the fact that he agreed to meet these people at night. There were not many other clues, as the blue address book that he carried has still never been found, and the bedspread he was found wrapped in has not been traced back to any particular individuals. Abdur's friends and family have continuously tried to appeal to the community to find leads or a suspect, but the case has been cold since 1988. It is a very strange case, and one that is not talked about in any circles. It will be hard to say if modern forensic science will find new leads, but until then, Abdur's friends and family will never know who committed this horrific act.